If you've seen ads for Freedom Network by Richard, you're wondering if it is worthwhile. I'm going to break this down for you today so you can decide whether it is a legitimate program. But before I get started, if you're done chasing hype and want something that actually works, check the link in the description. I've posted a video that walks through the business model I'd use if I had to start from scratch today. You'll also see a link pop up on screen to take you straight there. Now let's get back to our review. I recently sat through the Freedom Network pitch, listening carefully to what Richard is saying, and I did my research to find out how good it is, if at all it's good. Now, on the surface level, Richard explains that his model involves running an AI-powered, fully automated online store that basically runs itself. He says that you don't need experience to own yours, you don't need to chase customers, and you don't even need startup capital because his AI finds money for you. All you have to do is pay $29 for his program, and he'll set everything up for you. I want you to pause there for a second because that promise alone should already raise questions. I've looked at a lot of online business models, especially in e-commerce, and I can tell you that there is no version of this where everything is handled for you and you just collect money passively with no effort or learning involved. Richard himself is also a very shadowy character. I tried to find any real digital footprint or anything that shows his experience in e-commerce or business and found nothing. I found that concerning because if someone is positioning themselves as the face of a business opportunity, you would expect some level of transparency. I see this kind of thing a lot in these types of programs where the person you see is more of a front than an actual operator. I also looked at the testimonials because that's another big part of the pitch, and it is entirely people talking about how amazing Freedom Network is. You should take that with a pinch of salt because testimonials today can be manufactured, exaggerated, or selectively chosen. They are overwhelmingly positive, and you won't see any neutral or negative experiences, which is not realistic at all. Now, I'm going to be fair here because I don't think Freedom Network is outright fake in the sense that nothing exists. There is some form of service you get after you pay, but the problem is whether it delivers what is promised. Building a successful online store is not easy. Most people who try e-commerce do not succeed, especially at the beginning. I've seen estimates that 80% to 90% of e-commerce beginners fail or never become profitable. If you compare that reality to the language used in the Freedom Network pitch, you see a clear mismatch. I want you to also think about the idea of automation in this context. If they are building stores for multiple people using similar systems and strategies, how do you stand out? If hundreds or thousands of people are being put into the same model, you're competing with each other. That in itself is a major issue there because e-commerce rewards uniqueness and differentiation. If your store looks like everyone else's and sells similar products, you will likely fail. I also want you to consider the dependency this creates. If everything is handled by their team, you are not learning the skills you need to run the business yourself. If something goes wrong or if the support drops off, you're stuck without the knowledge to fix it. I also want you to think about the claim that the AI can help you secure up to $100,000 in funding in 30 days. That doesn't make any sense because getting funded in the real world involves credit checks, business plans, risk assessment, and approvals. However, I don't think Freedom Network is the worst thing out there, but I also don't think it's a good option. I think you're better off learning the fundamentals of e-commerce yourself, even if that takes longer. You should understand how stores actually work and how to deal with failure because that's part of the process. I'm not recommending Freedom Network, and I would be cautious before putting money into it. That's my review, and I want to thank you for watching. If you're serious about building a real online business, go ahead and click the video right here on the screen. It reveals the best online business to start, and it breaks down the exact system I recommend. If you want more breakdowns like these, subscribe to my channel for regular updates.